This is Colin Dixon with nScreen Media, and I'm speaking with Srinivasan K.A., who is co-founder and chief revenue officer at Amagi. Srini, welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, Colin.
Now, Amagi is, if you're not in our business, Amagi is probably not a name you know, because you're one of those companies that's the power behind the stream. So you're actually helping a lot of companies that people will know, like Tastemade and Gannett and a whole bunch of others. You're helping them get their video onto our screens through connected televisions, particularly. So why don't you give us a quick overview? What is Amagi?
Amagi is what you would call as the connector between the content owner and the CTV and the consumer, as you rightly pointed out. Think of us as a C in the CTV, the one that connects the producers of content, the ones that actually own the content, to the end consumers or the platforms that actually deliver to the end consumers. We act as the bridge. We help these content owners to create, program their 24/7 linear channels, distribute it across platforms like the Samsung TV Plus, the Roku channel, Pluto, Zumo, Tubi, and folks like those, essentially, and monetize it through dynamic ad insertion. So pretty much the tech platform that powers FAST from a backend perspective, as you very aptly put.
Talking about the FAST market, driving extraordinary growth, you have grown extremely quickly in the last quarter and in the last year, right?
Yes, it has been a fantastic growth. Last year, we grew by about 136% year on year. And just from last quarter to this quarter, we grew by 17%. So it's been a really rocket ship growth for us so far, touch wood.
And for smaller, obviously for bigger providers, they're probably adept at selling their own ads. But for smaller providers, you actually help them with the ad sale as well, right?
Correct. For a number of both big and small, we help them sell ads that they are not able to sell, what we call as backfill of their inventory. So whatever is unsold, we leverage our large programmatic ad network partnerships and direct ad sales partnerships to fill up that inventory and increase fulfillment for them. The benefit with something like that is that given the large amount of inventory that is passing through our system, we have massive access that we can go to an advertiser and say, hey, if you want to build a campaign specifically in one single city, but you want a large reach, we can actually get you through all of these by aggregating inventory across all of these FAST channels.
Right. And you're doing this for some really big names, right? Gannett has just moved its channels to you, and several others. Tell us about some of those marquee customers.
So there are quite a few today. We believe, Colin, that based on our market share estimates, we are the largest in the FAST space in terms of powering of FAST channels. We work just in the FAST space. We work with 300 plus brands, content brands. Some of them extremely well known. Some of the publicly announced names include Gannett, that is USA Today, and their SportsWire brands. We work with Tastemade. We work with Crackle. We work with Cinedigm. Again, a number of brands within Cinedigm. The most popular one being, let's say, Bob Ross. They recently announced the Real Madrid channel. Again, across the board, whether it's traditional networks who are getting into TV like Fremantle, Buzzer TV sort of networks, or new age television networks like Ven TV that was pretty much created as an esports network for the FAST or the OTT era. We power a wide range of these just in the US domestic. Internationally, we work with companies like O5, ADN, the Anime Digital Network, to name a few, in France, Germany, and the UK.
It's not only, you don't only do FAST. One of the recent, I think, very high profile deals was for the Olympics, correct? 4K production of the Olympics in the cloud. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. That is one of the most prestigious projects that we worked on, Colin. This is with NBC Universal. As we know, NBC had all the rights for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, which incidentally happened in 2021.
Yeah.
So they were looking for moving broadcast from traditional on-prem based hardware into a cloud-based full playout, linear channel playout and automation. So they used Amagi's CloudPort, which is our flagship playout and automation tool, to create a full 24/7 4K channel with Dolby Atmos and all the bells and whistles that you would expect, including live closed captioning and high quality streaming out of that, with both live and non-live programming for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
So what are you anticipating for the rest of the year? I expect lots of growth, lots of new customers.
So a few things that we are seeing, Colin. One, a lot more original programming from our platform customers. We work with pretty much all the major platforms out there, back-end tech stack. So we are seeing more and more, O&O channels. Two, we are seeing some of the traditional TV networks jumping onto fast. Cable channels that traditionally had stayed out saying, hey, we are pay channels. Pretty much, I'm not aware of a single television network that's not thinking actively about fast or already into fast, right? So that's happening in a big way. More and more premium content from that perspective. Sports and local news is happening in a really big way. I think that's going to be a big story.
So blending live with live feeds with on-demand assets in a single classic channel, just like we'd see over traditional broadcast.
Absolutely. Our top 10 to 20% of the channels all have live components. Across the entire channel brands that we have, the top 20%, pretty much all of them have live. So live is becoming a very, very big part of FAST now.
Srini, this has been a fascinating conversation. We could have talked for a lot longer than this. So thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you come back and talk to us again soon. Also, I urge my listeners to stop by the nScreen Media website and pick up the Getting Fast white paper, available free, which will be available this week. Srini, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you so much. I very much look forward to reading the white paper as well. Thanks a lot for having me.
Very good. All right. This has been Colin Dixon with nScreen Media.